Thanks for watching JabscoTech.com. I'm Jeff Lander.
And I'm Mike Irving.
And today we actually have a special request for how to use an impeller puller. Mike?
Customer contacted us and said, you guys offer these impeller pullers. You've seen them in the field, but how do they work and are they really that useful? Well, we have the big 6400 pump here. It does have a really large impeller. It's going to show you how useful these come in. On some of the smaller pumps, like our smaller water puppies, sometimes you can pull the impeller out with your fingers. And other times, if you can use a pair of needle nose pliers, you can pull them out, but you risk breaking the vanes. And you kind of don't want to do that. The impeller pullers, they actually have like these little tines that grip into the rubber when you tighten down the set screws. And what that does is it ensures that you're pulling the entire impeller out all at once. I'm going to show you how to use one.
So I'm going to get behind the camera and Mike's going to take out the impeller, so let's get started now.
So here we got the 6400 series engine cooling pump. It's got a big rubber impeller in there, and it also has a spline seal. So before we pull out this impeller, pop out that spline seal, expose the end of that shaft. These bigger pumps, they'll sometimes have a little indent in there, and what that does, it's going to help you line up the impeller puller. So what we'll do is we'll slide this in as far as you can go. I'm going to tighten down on these wing nuts. Before we completely tighten those down, let's line up the rod. Crank down on these, get it nice and tight. This way it bites into that rubber. And then just start cranking it out. These tools are great, especially when it comes to impellers that are stuck on shafts. What this does is it puts an enormous amount of pressure and just slides that impeller right out. Here we go. Right off the impeller. So we just showed you how to use one of our 50070 series impeller pullers. It's a pretty nice thing to have in your toolbox. And it's one of those tools where you're sure glad to have it when you need it. It's pretty straightforward. Make sure you're cranked down on the two wing nuts on either side so that these little tines grip into the rubber. And then crank down on the T-handle. It's going to slowly slide that impeller off the shaft. There's not too many other things to think about.
One more though, Mike. The one real important thing to get out of this is you really want to use an impeller puller, because a lot of people, when they try to remove impellers, try to get in there and jimmy it with a screwdriver. I'm telling you, don't do that. What that will do is that could damage the pump body and end up, if you burn the pump body, that could damage the impellers, and then you'll start breaking off vanes. At the end of the video, we'll have a picture that will have the 3 impeller pullers available, and that should cover most, if not all of your impeller needs.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much wraps up, Mike, right?
I think so. I'm Mike Irving.
And I'm Jeff Lander.
Thanks a lot for watching this episode of Jabsco Tech. Stay tuned. We'll have some more coming out for you.